Welcome back to the Union Berlin save here on the ChesnoidGaming channel. Again, please do forgive any splutters and coughs, etc. Still unwell, well enough to actually start recording live again. So do come and join me on stream if you would like to see all of the behind the scenes, etc. But still not at 100%, so do allow that moving forward. Today we're saying thank you to Johnny. We're saying thank you to everybody, really. Left a comment on the last episode because there was so many of them. I appreciate that very much indeed. We're also saying thank you to Gafrace and to Fakir Ghazali as well. Thank you very much for all of your support. The comment section was pretty good, actually. You gave me a real good idea of what to do in a couple of positions. Of course, we're looking to buy in goal. We're looking to buy at right back. We're looking to buy at striker. Maybe CDM / centre back double. And also potentially backup wingers or central attacking midfielders. And you gave me a great idea on a number of fronts. There was a priority, an evident priority from a number of you with regards to goalkeeping role. That is Marco Carnesecchi. So that is what we will do first port of call today. We have around about 200 million euro to spend. That's going to be added to by the sale of Lucas Toussaint, who's a player I need to replace with regards to someone that can play at CDM and centre-back. The player we have isolated for that replacement is a certain Edson Alvarez, still at West Ham. Those two signings will take up about 45% of my current budget, leaving me enough to still look to get the first team striker in for a really good fee, and then we'll see what money we've got left with regards to improving elsewhere. Obviously, we know I told you I had a preference with the fullback, and that seems to still be the case. There wasn't really too much sway on the fullback. Ferland Mendy's the obvious go-to for that position. As a player that doesn't start at Bayern, he will start for me. So I'm going to get Ferland Mendy in. I'm going to get Edson Alvarez in. I'm going to get Carnesecchi in. And then waiting on a few more scout reports with a couple of other positions. Obviously, Bar won't be my go-to now for right back unless we can't agree terms with Ferland Mendy. The striker one is an intriguing one at the moment. There's been some call actually for Lee Kang-in to come in and play a squad role, which I'd be alright with and would be on board with if Ademola Lookman wasn't also available for a similar price, and he's just better. The actual out-and-out striker, I'm still leaning Enezu now, but Mateus Cunha got some support in the comment section. I want to acknowledge that as well. But his lack of finishing is my concern with Mateus Cunha. The issue with Dia was he didn't put his chances away. That was one of the many issues actually with Boulaye Dia, and I fear that Mateus Cunha might be similar. Enezu now has everything other than pace, so I think I'm still going to prioritise Enezu now, but certainly Mateus Cunha, if we can't agree to deal with Enezu now, Cunha will be my next go-to. There was some support actually for Antoine Griezmann as well to come in as a squad role. He's still about 30 million euros, so not something I can prioritise initially, but he's kind of one of the go-tos if we end up still having some money left over as well. I wanted to point out as well the call from Ben in the comment section, who mentioned the idea of, because obviously we had, I think I removed him from the shortlist actually because he wasn't good enough. Because Boulaye Dia went from us to Leverkusen, the idea was maybe that Boniface could come from Leverkusen to us. Should Boniface have been 83, 84 rated and a little bit further along his development? Absolutely something I would have done in theory. I like the idea. Unfortunately, Boniface just isn't quite good enough yet to have come in and done the role that we want him to. So at the moment, Boniface is not my priority. Toussaint is going to go to Chelsea, so we'll get Alvarez in when that deal is done. There's no point jumping the gun in case Toussaint rejects Chelsea's contract offer. We obviously don't expect that to happen. Carnesecchi is someone we are absolutely going to sign, so let's get that done right off the bat. And then hopefully we'll be in a great position with some solid finances moving forward. I don't know. I should be able to get him for about valuation, so I'm not going to be too forceful. About valuation, Ches? Yeah, bollocks. Right, okay. This is going to take a little bit more negotiation than initially I had anticipated. And they are playing hardball at 57.5 million. Yikes. How about 47.5 million? Ooh, that was punchier than I anticipated, but we'll get it done. At least wage-wise, he's not on that much and shouldn't demand that much. I do also want to point out that I see the comments about maintaining a German theme throughout the team. See, a number of you, quite rightly, point out there are certain rulings within the Bundesliga that there has to be a certain level of German contingent in the, not necessarily starting lineup, but in the squad for German clubs, and we will look to bring in another German in this window. Potentially Serge Gnabry. You may have seen him on my shortlist slightly earlier on. Serge Gnabry is absolutely someone we could consider in that role. Centre-back. Goalkeeper done. Fullback next up on the list. Ferland Mendy, as we say. 5-star weak foot. So absolutely suited to come in at right back and cheap, which is another large portion of why we're going for Ferland Mendy as well. He is of quality and absolutely will do the job for a fee that is more than agreeable. His technical stats aren't great, but his sheer physicality will be enough to ensure that he does a world-class job in that role. He might only accept import because his rating isn't that high. What it should do, really, is acknowledge the fact that he'd be the highest-rated player in that position and absolutely could justify wanting to be a crucial player. He might well take a wage cut to come to me as well from Bayern Munich, and he would be open to doing so, and I'm quite happy to give him a couple of those bonuses. Ferland Mendy joins now from FC Bayern München. We have our second signing in. Right, now we'll wait and see what happens with Toussaint, because he's a player I need to replace. I'm going to wait for another couple scout reports on strikers before I potentially pull the trigger on Enes Ünal. But as I say, Ünal is my priority. Lucas Toussaint, as we advance a single day, now moves to Chelsea. So let's now try and get Edson Alvarez in then from West Ham. Matheus Cunha has come to the Bundesliga, but not to me. Freiburg have picked him up. So no Matheus Cunha then. That means that Enes Ünal kind of has to work for me, really. 45 million is what they reckon I could get him for. No, I'm not paying 102. We will offer about valuation just above, and maybe they might be open to a little bit of negotiation. They are, but I tell you what, that's already a decent price for a player that is going to be pretty well-rounded, really. He's good at everything. He's fast enough. Decent agility, really good in the air, great strength, excellent finishing, great in possession and spreading possession as well. Long shots of 86 mean that we can perhaps try and score a number of different style of goal as well. And being at Villarreal, it's a step sideways, maybe up, considering the European competition we're in. And he shouldn't expect too much of a wage hike from that, I wouldn't have thought. He's got an in-game face as well, which really helps. And he's asking for about what he's on. Perfect. Even though he's lower rated than Boulaïdia, I anticipate that being a better deal. And I anticipate him being a better goal scorer for me than Boulaïdia was. Another A-rated deal. We have a new right back. We have a new striker. We have a new goalkeeper. We are very nearly ready to attack this new Bundesliga season. Now then, Edson Alvarez is the next port of call. Valued at 39.5, they would accept about 45-ish apparently. That would be an improvement in 3 areas in the starting lineup for about 40 million euro each, which would be a dream, really. And then the addition of Ferland Mendy for less than that as well. Hi. I don't want to pay that much if you don't mind. I'm quite happy to pay 46. I definitely don't want to pay 56. I don't really want to pay anything that doesn't have a 4 at the beginning. Oh, they're getting a bit punchy. How about, I'm getting close to that 5, except the... Oh, come on, mate! I don't... 50 on the nose. By £1, I went over my upper limit. Not massively happy, but by €1, should I say. I went over my upper limit. Not massively happy about it, but he'll be very, very good indeed. So I'm quite happy with that. He'll improve on Al-Mazrati. Al-Mazrati will be a fantastic backup in a number of different areas. 80,000 euro be happy with. Banging. Brilliant. Good. Right. Edson Alvarez in. Now, I would like to sign a German if I can. But it depends how much money I've got left and what Germans might be available. Gnabry is the go-to. It's a case of, will Bayern agree something on the cheaper side? If they do, banging. If they don't, which it doesn't look like they're going to, if I want to bring in Serge Gnabry, I am going to need to sell someone. Now, if Gnabry comes in, then I could afford to sell Russia, because Lukanets is my backup left back now, and Carlos Augusto is going to drop to left back. Despite the fact that he gets a -2 there at the minute, that's because of sharpness. Once sharpness is up, he'll be in the positive boosts there. He's already getting +1s, to be fair to his stats, even with a -2. So I think it might be a case of sell Roussillon and then bring in Serge Gnabry. I don't know as there's any other German wingers that I can name off the top of my head that I'd be interested in signing. The board are happy that we've signed a crucial midfielder. Banging, that'll be Mr. Alvarez. And then everything else should hopefully come in due course. We need to obviously adjust development plans and training, etc. But I'll have a quick word with live chat. We'll see if we can pull a name out the hat with regards to another German winger to potentially try. But I think Serge Gnabry is going to be the preference. Chat has decided. German decision made. We reckon we can get Riddler Baku to even go up in rating by changing him to a winger as opposed to a right back. The move from Wolves would be an agreeable one as well. And whilst he's... I'm not playing that much. Whilst he's only currently 81 rated, we believe that we can get Riddler Baku significantly higher. Currently on 73,000 euro a week. And we will try and get him up higher than that if we can. See, currently down as a right back. We'll change that to right wing, and then just inherently he'll be... Yeah, that's fine. Just inherently he'll be able to play on the other side. Riddler Baku joins. We have another German, dear YouTube comment section. That'll please you. At least I hope it pleases you. Riddler Baku is in. Ordinarily, you would look to him for right back. Ordinarily, he was on my shortlist as a right back. But he will not play at right back for me. He will play on the old wingeroonie. So, where are you, Riddler? Let's change his position to... It shouldn't take long at all. Can I change him to a left winger? I could change him to a left winger. It's going to take 4 weeks. Suits me down to the ground. Riddler Baku will come in. Riddler Baku will start at left wing. And we will have ourselves significant improvements to that starting lineup. So Riddler Baku can play in a multitude of different positions for us. Alvarez can play in a multitude of different positions for us. Mendy can play left back or right back. I'm really happy with that window. At this stage, having not played any games yet. We shall wait and see how things progress. Obviously, if Mason Mount doesn't impress at the beginning of the new year, then we will be open to moving him on in January, and that would free up a lot of cash to do something more with later in the season. But at the minute, I've only got 7 million left. So I believe, for the time being, we are done. Mitchell Weiser is not going to Newcastle. I do have another fullback. You are welcome to try and buy, though, if you would like to. Jerome Roussillon. There you go. Oh, Hoffenheim want him. I'm quite happy with Hoffenheim having him. I'll try and get close to his release clause of 11 million if they'll go up any higher, but I am acutely aware that he's 32 years of age. And they'll pay 9.2. That's probably as good as we're going to get, really, isn't it? All right. Well, I've got a short list to clear. I've got development plans to go and throw on. Mason Mount's up to 86. That's good news. And then we've got a Bundesliga season to start. Bye, Jerome. Monsieur Roussillon. Arrivederci. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. We'll see you soon, to be fair. He's gone to Hoffenheim. And I get an A for it as well. Banging! Not very much. Squad numbers done. Development plans done. Now it's time to put points on the board. Let's see what these new players are all about on grass, shall we? I believe this is the first fixture of the new season. Darmstadt promoted from the division below last year, I think. And we should be able to get ourselves a decent result here. Enes Ünal will certainly have a point to prove because he's coming in as a lower rated player in that position, but hopefully a more influential player in that position. Darmstadt are just quite frankly not very good. So let's go and hopefully prove that we've made the right decision in making the decisions we have. Mendy, Alvarez, Ünal and Baku, and Karnaseki. 5 debuts now. Baku, Ünal, Alvarez, Mendy, Karnaseki. 5 debuts. Let's make it count. Maglica. Via Libre. Into Schnellhardt. Forgive me, it's been a few days since I've played. I am going to be rusty. Karnaseki's clean sheet remains intact in the opening 5 minutes. It's the quick-fire commentary like this in-game that is going to see me clog up nasally. So please do forgive me if I'm all over the place with commentary, etc. in this episode. It's going to be quite a task for me, but I'll do my best. And Mesha to Mason Mount. Bailey was on the run. And Mesha is here again. Spins well. Baku! Welcome to Union Berlin, Riddler Baku! Debut, 11 minutes, goal. Tor for Union. Happy. In here to Riddler Baku. Already got a goal. Can he get the assist or the assist of the assist or just be involved in a goal-scoring move? Just the move at the moment. Baku. Bailey. Maybe an assist. Nope. Smashed against the face of a defender. Still only one. But still only one side looking likely of doing anything offensively in this game. Esteve. Yes, well in Mason Mount. Nice sharp turn too. Enes Ünal. Said he's not rapid, but he should have the finishing capability to beat Boulaïdia. Oh! And very nearly another debut goal. But the woodwork says no, not yet. Maybe from open play this time. Enes Ünal. Goalkeeper says no this time. Oh! Very nearly given straight to Mason Mount. Still 1-0, but don't really know how. Still 1-0. Still 1-0. 1-0, anyone? 1-0. Nürnberger, obvious ball out wide. He's found. I'm trying to force him into a mistake here just by putting the pressure on, but they seem rather reluctant to make one at the moment. Also rather reluctant to actually play a forward pass any further than the halfway line. They'll run, though. Bader. Schnellhardt in the box. And dangerous. And box. And could have fallen anywhere. See you, pal. Laid him down. Okay. I would like a second. I'll be honest. Darmstadt are certainly of the quality that we should be beating them by multiple goals. And as we now around the corner nicely. Alvarez into Mason Mount. Out of his feet. Mount looking for the ball out wide. Playing a poor one. Riddler Baku was... Not Riddler Baku. Ferland was there and waiting for it. Couldn't be found. Karic on the run now. And Ferland will try and close him down. This is getting a bit stretched now. We had a number of chances at the end of the first half. Couldn't find that second goal. So far we haven't needed it. But it would be nice to get one. Maglica. Trying to put him under pressure. Esteve. Oh, that was loose. They get very lucky. Very lucky. Jesus Christ, are they untackleable, apparently? What in the hell have I got to do to win the ball off him? Karic inside to Nürnberger. They get an equaliser here, Darmstadt. I'm furious. I am really, really, really pissed. You know when sometimes it just feels like it's going to happen and it doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna happen? That is that moment. 4, 5 tackles. The keeper didn't even outstretch his leg. He went to, and then he just didn't fully extend. If he had done, he'd have saved it. And sometimes I don't know why I don't believe in scripting, because that is so fucking suspicious. 1-1! Come on now. Right, things are about to change again. Another twist arrives. PSG would like 70 million to come to me, and Ousmane Diomande to go the other way. He's valued at 57.5, and my chief executive reckons I can get up to 96. I do acknowledge that he's only 82, so 70 million for an 82 rated player is already pretty damned good, but his potential surely is higher than that. I will ask for 85, and they'll just straight up give me it. Right then. I need a defender. It does open up the opportunity to potentially bring in another German. A bid from Liverpool for Mason Mount of 109.5 million. Do I sell Mace? I know you guys right now in the comment section on YouTube are screaming at me. Yes, Ches, sell Mason Mount. I am apprehensive to. I'm apprehensive to sell Mason Mount. It's my most creative player last year. If they pay over 125, they can have him. Not really what we expected. They are not offering any more than 109. You're screaming at me here, aren't you? You're absolutely screaming at me. Ches, sell him. He's going. 115 million euro. And all of a sudden, our 200 million budget restores itself. Diomande, PSG, done. 85.4 million euro. I need a centre-back. Give it a couple of moments. Diomande, oh no, this is a scout report on now. 78 rated at Frankfurt. Right. Okay. Mason Mount, 115 million euro. Liverpool, gone. F. I'll give you an F. It's not going to be a rating. Okay, I now need a new cam, and I need a new centre back, and I've got 206 million euro to do it with. I'm going to make 2 older, cheap signings, and then YouTube gets to decide what happens in January. Jonas Hoffmann is absolutely good enough to do a job. We may even give Lukas Sucic that starting position back again. 24.5. We may well give Lukas Sucic the starting position at cam again. Jonas Hoffmann doesn't really play for Leverkusen. They prioritise, as you might well understand, a certain Florian Wirtz. Wirtz is obviously going to be a player I would love to sign, but I couldn't really justify signing Florian Wirtz. 2 years is fine by me. Couldn't really justify signing Florian Wirtz unless we were Champions League, which we obviously at the moment are not. So I'll get Jonas Hoffmann in on the cheap. We will get Matthias Ginter in on the cheap. And then YouTube, you decide what happens. Because there's obviously been a lot of back and forth with live chat on Twitch and the YouTube live channel. But these guys are just dirt cheap and allow me to allow you the opportunity to still have the driving force decisions with what happens. So we will still have upwards of 150 million euro to spend in January. And options available to us to figure out what the balls we do from there. So no release clause, that's fine. 52,000 euro, not a problem. So Matthias Ginter is in. Jonas Hoffmann is in. But neither of them actually I don't think, will start. Actually, Ginter could start. Ginter definitely could start. Because what I've done prior to making those signings was move Alvarez to centre-back and Maserati back into the starting lineup. What I think I will do is put Maserati back on the bench and Ginter into the starting lineup. And then Herfman can come in there, but Lucas Sutic will get the starting spot. So I have that team at the moment. I could maybe go out and get Serge Gnabry now, but I'll wait till January. So at the moment, I've got 150 million euro. And what I'm going to do now is go and take out my frustrations from that Darmstadt game on Stuttgart. And I want to batter them. Stuttgart have Tyrone Mings and Dan Axel Zagadou as a centre-back partnership. Aaron Ramsey is on the left-hand side. Kaufman up top. They lost their opening match day. We should have won our opening match day, but didn't. We drew it. So now let's go and make it 4 points rather than just 2 or 1 from our opening 2 games of the Bundesliga season. The Darmstadt game didn't go as we hoped that it would. Let's make sure this one does. We want to be good at home this year. Let's have a good start to the season at home, shall we? Lucas Sutic restored to the starting lineup. We gave him the number 10, to be fair, not knowing what was about to happen with our number 8. Ramsey. Ferland Mendy. That's what we brought him in to do. Use his physicality. And Azunal turns really well. He's got Bailey here in support. Lucas Sutic is going on a run. Baku's there as well. Dan Axel Zagadou's in the way, but Leon Bailey's won it back. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely superb. We gave the ball to Stuttgart poorly. They gave it back to me poorly. And Enes Unali's off the mark. Another first goal for a new player. Not on debut, but certainly debut episode for him to be involved on the pitch. One back by Leon Bailey after he gave it away. Beautiful by Ridler Baku into Unal. And that is the level of finishing we didn't get from Boulaïdia. 1-0. And Mesha. And Baku. He's quick, but it wasn't necessarily close control in that situation, was it? Ferland just disappeared, so I have to wait for him to get back to a position where I can find him to then try and play him in. Bailey. Ferland. Mendy. 5-star weak foot, digs out a cross, finds only a defender. Sutic is up. Really stand much chance of getting to that. Somehow gets to the second ball. Bailey. Mendy again. Ferland Mendy. Drill it into the middle. Oh, he's offside, is he? Unal with the effort. Blocked well by a defender. 1-0 up at half-time. As was the case last year, we might need more goals than we're getting at the moment to ensure that we get victories. But so far, the clean sheet's intact. Hopefully this time it stays that way. I'm still pissed about that Darmstadt goal. The whole move and then the Darmstadt goal. Lucas Sutic, well, does win the ball back via the foul, apparently. Konstantelias round the corner. Karnaseki can't get there. And Kaufman buries. Mistake from Karnaseki, amongst others, for Darmstadt's equaliser. Karnaseki's come for that. Not got there. And then he's just buried. I fully expected the keeper to get him. That's why Ginter's over there, because I was ball watching. I thought Karnaseki was going to get that. He hasn't. This feels friggin' familiar. It doesn't matter how many hundreds of millions of euro I spend. We seem to do the same thing every year. I feel like Chelsea IRL, which is rather apt considering the first save we did this year was bloody Chelsea. I'm not going to go down the wing this time. And Mesha to Alvarez. Alvarez, who now's come short. And now we'll look for Bailey. Leon Bailey can't turn, goes to ground. No penalty given, despite the cries of the fans. Alvarez tries to get to the ball and misses it. Nate now with the through ball here to Kaufman. Here's Ferland Mendy back in his defensive position. Slows them up at least. 89th minute. You're waiting for the BS. They've given it straight to Ridler Baku. And then now, I don't even know what that is. And an attempted pass. We're going to get seemingly 2 1-1 draws here this season, at the beginning of the season. And I'm a bit pissed off about how both goals for the opposition came about. Boos from the Union Berlin home fans. Doesn't seem to matter what I change, nothing changes. Change formation, change playing staff, change tactics. Same results. It's fine. There's a long way to go this season. Beto does move in this window. He's gone to Real Sociedad. That was a move we were thinking of doing ourselves. Kefren Turam from Osasuna to Juventus. Fabio Carvalho goes to Valencia from Liverpool. See if there's any other big deals to go through on this day. Bids for Andreas Becker. The financial we will reject. The loan we will delegate to just a year. And maybe Andreas Becker can get some growth at Stoke. Gabri Vega to Sevilla for 72.7 million. Retegui does move. Genoa to Torino. The other big deal going to go through. Antonio Nusa might be on his way to Liverpool from Stuttgart. Interesting, Bissek from Freiburg says to me that he's not worth doing. I'm going to accept the loan deal from Stoke then. And continually we will reject the financial bids for Andreas Becker. And as transfer deadline day boils down, we get a more clear picture of how things are going to pan out. Yuri Tielemans to Chelsea for 52.9 is the most recent deal on deadline day. Andreas Becker does go to Stoke. That's that confirmed. Got plenty of money in hand. It's a case of what we do with it. There is the potential to move Carlos Augusto forward here and then do that. Maybe I'll try that next time out. Baku at right back, Carlos Augusto forward again. We'll give it a go. I'm trying my best not to lose my shit at the gameplay, basically. That's what I'm trying to do. But that's a daily battle, as you know. Marcos Llorente might be coming to Leipzig. I certainly hope that doesn't happen. And with only an hour left to go on deadline day, it looks like that won't happen. Thank Christ. So the transfer window is closed. I had a 200 million euro budget and I spent 250 million euro. We've lost 2 starting players. We've lost 2 starting players we weren't planning on losing. We've improved overall in one area. We've gone backwards in the other, but Sutic has continued to grow. He's up to 81 now. And we'll see if Luka Sutic can have something to say about things as we progress through the season. I am still unwell, so do allow me that. That might have some impact on the way that we played. We've got Dortmund at home in the Cup. Fantastic, lovely. There goes our Deutsche Pokal potential. Frankfurt, Dortmund, Hamburg and Dortmund tomorrow. Although expecting the Europa League group stage to be drawn in the not too distant future as well. So that's probably coming too. That's going to be drawn very shortly indeed. Kevin Scherder is not very good. So just as well we didn't decide to go for that one. We're going to get any fixture changes here. There you go. That's going to be the Europa League. Now Riddler Baku could change his position to a winger. I can do that now. What does he go to? 82. I'll leave it as it was. Let's see if we can make it work with Riddler Baku on the wing. Averno wants to play the next game. Sorry, Pearl, that's probably not going to happen. Let's try and make it work the way that we initially intended that it was going to work, and we'll see if we see if it does. I'm sure some of it's probably just me still being unwell and just not playing very well, so certainly it's going to be a factor. Okay, the Dortmund game has been moved now. Marseille, Basel and Hajduk Split. That's a winnable Europa League group, isn't it? Very much so. So, again, confident of getting through to the knockout stages of the European competition. So, happy enough. I'm happy and I'm unhappy. I'm happy that we got a straightforward group. I'm happy with the signings I've made. I'm unhappy at the way things went on the pitch. But there's a lot of time to try and rectify that. We're only 10th. And there's only 2 teams that got 100% records so far. One of them ain't going to stay there. Hoffenheim are not going to do that. We're only 2 points off second. So let's not get carried away with the on-field performances. Let's give you a full transfer roundup then of that window that just went down. Holy! All right. Gavi. Villa. 130 million. Dia and Mount left us. Bernardo Silva joins Bayern Munich. Balde joins Bayern Munich. Oh. Diamande to PSG. That's us as well, of course. Diogo Jota to Monaco. I might have had Diogo Jota. Balogun goes to Spurs. Arsenal fans cry. Raspadori to Arsenal. Vega we saw. Kefren Turan we saw. Dybala to Liverpool. Reece James leaves Sevilla now. Goes to Paris Saint-Germain. Gabi Jesus to AC Milan. Wahi to Roma. Baldanzi to Leeds. Grealish to Forest. Aston Villa fans tears. Mikel Merino to Lazio. Van de Ven to Wolfsburg. Luca Hernandez to Leipzig. Okay. As long as it's Luca, not Teo, I'm alright. Mukoko back to the Bundesliga. Leipzig, 55 million. Luis Enrique to Burnley. Alexis McAllister to AC Milan. Ravella to West Ham. Intriguing. Edson Alvarez to me. Maybe Ravella was Edson Alvarez's replacement. I don't know. Beto to Sociedad we saw. Urian Timber to Villarreal, from Arsenal. Di Lorenzo went to Manchester City. Šeško has gone to Wolves. Kanaseki came to me. Ilic to Betis. Laporte to Napoli is intriguing. Conor Gallagher to Nice. Simakan leaves Leipzig. Casemiro to Forest. Lima to Stade Rennais. Scamacca Valencia. Pavard to Leipzig. Unal to me, obviously. Lavia to Leverkusen. That's a good signing for them. And Harvey Elliott to Frankfurt. Christ. Okay. And then with regards to the Patreon players, obviously, unfortunately, some of you are still bugged, but that's not the one you wanted. That's the one I wanted. There were some moves. So, Rob has moved to Defensor Sporting. Jamie has gone from Bayern Munich to Norwich. And Ian has gone from Milan to Bastia. A couple that weren't bugged have now bugged from season to season. Again, for the next save, we will rectify all of that. And outside of that, there have been no further movements. In fact, actually, that Benfica one should be in green there for Alex. He's at Benfica now. I believe everything else should be as it should be. So everyone is where they were, be that a free agent or at a club, and there isn't anything else that's changed. Obviously, you can see the ratings of everyone here on this list as well. So if you do want to see all of your stats in more detail, then do come and join me on stream and I can show you them. Otherwise, this is where you are and this is what you're rated as. But like I say, do come and join me on stream and we can show you in more detail. Again, continued apologies for the game being very poorly made and it just breaking. That's another fucking spreadsheet that says. Apologies again for the game being very poorly made and just breaking on us again when trying to do the free agent and creative player stuff. It's as frustrating for me as it is for you, trust me. I've got a lot of players I need to just remove from this list now, but what's the betting that just breaks when you try and do that as well? Oh, this game's really well made, isn't it? Bite your tongue, Chesnoid. So, like I say, if you want to see any of your stats in closer detail, so for example, David is at Leipzig, and they are his individual stats. Can't get off the mark, but once he's going, he can get quite quick. But he's one of the lower rated players. Obviously, Dallas has actually played quite a few games for Mönchengladbach in this save. Cameron is alongside him as centre-back for Mönchengladbach. I think the highest rated creative player is 78 at this stage. I'm pretty sure. 78 rated. Liam James, or Liam Coxedge, is at Racing Club in Argentina. And great agility and balance. Spectacular ball control and dribbling. And in Argentina is our highest rated player so far. But there's plenty more to come from everybody. And we will fix those bugs for the lead save. Don't you worry about that. That's all for me for now, though. Thank you very much for watching today, guys. Appreciate your support. Thank you for allowing me to not be 100% and put out probably not up to grade content, but I want to make sure that you guys continue to get your videos. So appreciate your understanding in that I'm still not very well. Hopefully you guys come across and join me on stream. Fingers crossed you will follow on Twitch or subscribe to the Chesnoid Live YouTube channel. The Player Career Mode today on the second channel has a vote on it, so go and check that. Chesnoid Plays, all the links is in the description down below. I'm now going to go and record some Football Manager because it's a bit more chill and I don't have to be quite so. So I'm going to go and do that, and then fingers crossed I will see you somewhere at some point soon. Happy New Year. I'll see you later.